Welcome to Fake Gamer Girls. This is a podcast where you gotta go really fast. My name's Erin.
I'm Sam.
I'm Josie.
And we redid that intro 3 times, and Josie was the fastest by far.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, it was sort
No
of like
big
we were
surprise.
it was like we were speedrunning that intro where we had to do like 2 slow runs in order to achieve the fast intro.
Dude, that's so thematic for today's episode.
Which is called
speed runs but dumb. Speed rum but dumb.
Speed run but dumb. It's all about the dumb speed runs. Okay, so I'm not gonna put what game I did my speed run of in the title of the episode. So don't say what it is, even though you both know what it is, until I reveal it, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
What's your knowledge of... Wait, before I show the slide that defines what a speed run is, what's a speed run, guys?
A speedrun is like when you beat a game as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like there are like speedrun record holders for like I finished Breath of the Wild in 2 seconds.
Speedrun record holders like me, you might say.
What? How?
Is that official?
No.
I was gonna say I didn't hear that got finalized.
So technically, that was kind of a spoiler for the end of the episode, but my speedrun is the only one on YouTube.com. So I feel like that makes me a record holder. Even if it's still...
Wait, there's a video?
Yeah, we'll get to it. First, we gotta talk about what a speedrun is.
I have a question. So, like, you know how some games, like, okay, Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life. You know how, like, at the very beginning, if you tell the guy that you don't want to do it, it's just like, yeah, you're not cut out for this, and it gives you, like, a game over or whatever?
Yeah.
Does that count as a speedrun?
So sometimes, well, that's literally on my slides. A speedrun is like what Josie said. It's when someone challenges themselves to play a video game and like complete the game in some way as quickly as possible. But the game or the goal isn't always to beat the entire game or get like 100%, but that is pretty common. But there are different speedrun categories that are pretty much staples across games where 100% speedrun is the fastest time to get 100% completion on a video game. So that means like doing the entire main story and side quests, getting achievements, cosmetics. And so for certain games, that's much harder than others.
Does that have to be like in one sitting?
Yeah, technically. So it's
really?
it's kind of a certain games it's like you have to commit like 8 hours sitting down, you know, or 10 hours. And yeah, I think technically to qualify, it has to be done in one sitting, because all speedruns have to be viewable in their entirety online with like no edits to the video. You can't pause the clock, things like that. I'm sure it depends on the game and depends on the community, but typically, yes, a speedrun is done in one sitting. The other really common one is any percent. So it's the fastest time to reach the end of a game with any amount of completion. So you don't have to do like all of the side quests, but you can, or you can do some if it makes it faster for some reason. And sometimes any percent speedruns will exploit like glitches or programming bugs to skip content where you can like clip through a wall and skip an entire boss fight. But, you know, sometimes those are categorized differently where it'll be like glitch runs and glitchless runs. So an any percent for something like Breath of the Wild could be like you get up, you run out, you go fight Ganon, you win the game like as fast as you can. You don't do any of the side things. And then the other one that Sam basically just described is low percent. So fastest time to beat the game while completing the lowest possible quantity of the game. So if there is something like you can get a game over in the first like 5 seconds, or you can get like a special ending in the first 5 seconds, like that would be a low percent speed run. Or if it's a game that like you still have to beat it, but the low percent is to have the fewest party members or something like that. So it's like an additional challenge on top of beating the game. So typically with a speedrun, you have like a goal, which is fastest time to do X thing.
Oh.
So as I said earlier, and actually as I said right now, and we didn't edit anything out or cut anything out, video games are very different from each other. Games like perhaps Bratz is not the same as a Halo Infinite. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because one of them is a good game and one of them is Halo Infinite.
True that.
Exactly. I didn't even say which Bratz game. I could mean like the original one that was like a dance game on the Game Boy.
Yeah.
No?
My point still stands.
I see. Sam has played each of those games the same amount of times.
Mhm.
None. So some games are very obvious candidates for speedrunning, like something like Super Mario 64, which has about 50,000 runs cataloged on speedrun.com. Works because something like Super Mario 64 is fairly linear and has a clear goal with the player to complete the game with clear collectible milestones in the shape of stars and levels. So the speedrun categories for Super Mario 64 are actually split into stars, partially because there's a really big community. So a 120 run or 120 star run is 100% speedrun, because that's the maximum amount of stars you can get.
Mhm.
A 70 star run is an any percent, typically without major glitches, because that is the game intended minimum to beat the game. So if you're just playing it regular and you get 70 stars, you can then fight the final boss, complete the game. And then there are categories with fewer stars that require glitches. So they require you to skip certain levels, to do things in the overworld to get stars, whatever it might be.
Mhm.
For a lot of games that are not quite as linear and don't have achievements or have branching storylines, it's not as clear. So something like Baldur's Gate, you can't 100% Baldur's Gate in one run. That's just not how it works. You have to make choices and, you know, experience different cutscenes with different characters. You just can't do every single thing in one run. So I wanted to give you some funny examples of games with good, hilarious speedrun categories. Baldur's Gate 3, for example. The best speedrun you can do is like any percent all acts. So you do acts 1, acts 2, acts 3, and then complete the game. Or you can just do an any percent where you just complete the game without completing all 3 acts. And then with Baldur's Gate 3, there is sex percent and
What does
bear
that mean?
percent. What do you think it means? What do we think?
Percentage of sex you
So
have?
the percent is just sort of a naming convention. It doesn't really mean anything. But sex percent is fastest time to have sex with a character in Baldur's Gate 3. They did
Awesome.
have to separate it out by character now, so it's like you can do like an Astarion speed run or a Shadowheart speed run, because Lae'zel's character was like significantly faster or something like that.
Mhm.
And so everybody was just exploiting that. And then bear percent is specifically when you play as Astarion, have sex with Halsin,
What?
the bear man.
Astarion,
bear man.
yes.
Does he say Astarion?
Yes.
What's Astarion from? What was I just saying Astarion about the other day?
I don't know.
Character and something
Why
else.
is it
Whatever.
specifically Astarion? Because you
I
can
don't
do that
know.
with any character, I thought.
I don't know. That's what it said.
That's so weird.
Huh.
Then the other funny one, this one's a shout out to all the YouTube heads out there. We have Cooking Mama 2 Dinner with Friends, which has categories like complete all recipes in the fastest time, get gold medals on all the recipes in the fastest time, and fastest time to burn a pie. This came from the YouTuber Jaden Animations, who was the first person to ever do a speedrun on this game because it's like a random DS Cooking Mama game.
Awesome.
She's a very big YouTuber, and in her video was like, I kept burning this pie, so now I'm saying we have to do a burnt pie speed run. And since she has millions of subscribers, it kind of caught on, and now people do burnt pie percent. So
Awesome.
Incredible.
yeah, and then I also thought Kirby Air Ride was a good one. We love Kirby Air Ride. We would just do City Trial, which is where you just kind of ride around on
Yeah.
hoverboards as Kirby's in the city. So the speedruns for Kirby Air Ride were to complete all tracks because there are races, not that we ever did any of them.
We
City
tried them,
trial,
and then you always get like random boards that sucked. Oh, Josie
and
left.
then there's like city trial any percent, so just to complete city trial, or city trial 100%, which has to do with the events that happen. And then I loved one that was called 5 hot dogs percent, which is just fastest time to eat 5 hot dogs in Kirby Air Ride city trial. There are also a lot of unofficial speed runs and challenge runs that people will do just for fun. Like a YouTuber that I really like, his name's Jorts. The O is a 0, who does things like how fast can you touch grass in every Zelda game, or how fast can you die in every Mario game. So it's just like doing things really fast for fun.
I'm always doing that in real life.
So true. So there are some technicalities here. I set out to do a speed run of a game that no one has ever speed ran before. So because no one has ever done this run before, I was like, okay, how do you set up a speed run in the first place? So speedrun.com is the official like list of who has the top runs, and every speedrun must have 2 things, so a goal and a rule set. So the goal would be to complete the game at 100% with the fastest time, and the rule set would be specific to the game. So some games will include loading screens in the time and some don't, and some will allow you to use glitches or skips, and some don't allow for anything like that. And so there are also rules around different game versions, including the platforms that it's played on and regional game variants, where some games people will be like, you should only do this speed run of this Zelda game on the Japanese version because the text goes faster. Stuff like that. Like it gets really granular.
Funny.
Yeah, it gets really granular. And games that have more versions and ports or have been around for longer will have more strict rules and larger communities, and the rules will also change as new runs are done and new strats are discovered.
Can you make money from doing this? Or is this just a hobby?
It's just a hobby. You could make money from, like, if you got successful streaming speedruns, which a lot of people who are super into speedrunning will do, where they will, make YouTube videos about it or stream while they're doing it and be live speedrunning things. So it's fairly common, but it's not you don't make money from speedrun.com as far as I'm aware. So my game that I chose to speedrun is Dream Life.
What? I
The
didn't know.
the Hasbro plug and play game Dream Life that we loved and played so much of. I, a couple months ago, got an emulator on my PC, and I was playing an emulated version of Dream Life. And I was like, this goes hard. It's just as good as I remember. And then I was like,
yeah, I bet.
I was like, this game's pretty easy to beat now that I'm an adult. Like, I'm not 8 anymore, so I know how to choose things. And I know how to pay attention to when I have a test in school. So
yeah,
I'm pretty good at this. So maybe I could try and speedrun it, and then after figuring out that no one has ever speedrun this game before, I knew I had to get a world record. I know, a huge shocker. So, because no one has ever uploaded a Dream Life speedrun to speedrun.com, I am tasked with figuring out how to do that, which is a large project that I have given myself. So, I was looking into their requirements for accepting a new game being submitted. So, obviously, AAA games from big studios are always going to be accepted. It's like, yeah, if you're speedrunning a new Zelda game or a new Call of Duty or a new, Dragon Age, things like that, they're just going to accept it, and they'll probably have it up before the game even releases. But for smaller games, they had these specific rules that they would take into consideration. So 1, the game should have a reasonable length, such as 5 minutes or longer as a casual playthrough. I think that applies more to like mobile games. Dream Life is fine. It takes a few hours on a slow playthrough. 2, the game should show that a reasonable level of effort has been put into development from a functionality standpoint. This game was made by Hasbro, which is a pretty reputable name in kids games, and has an emulated version that is functioning really well. Like, I had no issues with it. The game ideally will have been played by a reasonably large number of people. Reasonably large is really unclear. It means
I'm not
nothing
sure what that
to me.
means.
And there are some games on speedrun.com that were like Snake Simulator for iOS. So I'm like, come on. Like, if you're accepting that, you can accept Dream
Yeah,
Life.
right.
I did try and find what the original sales data for Dream Life was, but it wasn't just like, it's because it was a toy, it's harder to find.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like when you go on a Wikipedia for a game, it's like 10 million copies. It's so a little,
right, it's more complicated than that.
Yeah, I couldn't find those numbers anywhere, which was a bummer, but there are plenty of posts, Reddit threads, YouTube videos. There's a bunch of Dream Life machines on eBay. So people did play it and enjoy it. And then the gameplay should show some potential for optimization through speedrunning. There is a time management aspect of the game, and a lot of text can be completely skipped. And so I think that I already was like, I think there are several viable candidate or categories that could work for this game that you could get a pretty good time on through trial and error, basically. They also said fan games with common names that create confusion in the search bar may also be held to a higher standards. There are hundreds of generic Mario fan games. That doesn't apply here, but I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that's just funny.
And then in cases where, I just said the name. Oh, no. There was also something about, so just in general, a game with a common name, they'll have to be careful about, but this name is unique because nothing comes up on speedrun.com when you search Dream Life. It just says 0 results.
Well, I have to tell you something. I searched a game on Dream Life and there's no speedrun for it, and that game is called The Ratchler.
So you mean on speedrun.com?
The Ratchler is pretty short. Yeah. That might be under 5 minutes.
No.
No.
They just said
I don't think it is. I think it. If anyone's listening and they want to speedrun,
The Ratchler.
Try The Ratchler.
Try The Ratchler. And then it just says, in cases where a game doesn't fit one or more requirements listed here, but has already developed a speedrun community, an exception may be made. So, if for some reason they don't accept my speedrun, all of you have to get out there and start speedrunning Dream Life so that we can develop a community. Okay,
that would genuinely be so funny. They're like, I literally what is this game that
would be the greatest accomplishment of my career in any regard, in my personal life, my career life.
People together.
I would stop going to therapy if I did that.
Also, for anyone that wants a lot of information on Dream Life, there is a full episode earlier.
Yeah. I thought I said that. I totally forgot. We did an entire episode about Dream Life and Dream Life Superstar. And I remember when you were doing that episode, you kind of had a hard time finding a lot of the information about these games. And now that I've been playing it, I'm like, should I contribute to the Dream Life Wikipedia page? Like, I know a lot of
so
stuff.
Funny. That would be another good moment in your career.
I don't even know how to do that.
I think anyone can do Wikipedia, right?
I don't know. So anyway, because I'm the first one ever, I get to be in charge. So I wrote my Dream Life, my rules. Yeah. So these are my rules that I wrote as officially as possible. So the rules for Dream Life are as follows. Emulated copies of the game are allowed. Obviously,
wait, you submitted this to, you submitted all these rules to it? Okay.
Kind of. Not really. It was much shorter than this, but emulated copies of the game are allowed. Controller remapping is allowed because the Dream Life controller was weird, and if you're playing on an emulator, you kind of have to. Emulator runs and plug-and-play runs should be counted separately. And if you're playing, because I imagine the plug-and-play version is a lot less smooth, it's probably slower than an emulated version that's running on my PC that can run a lot crazier games than Dream Life, which is probably like a 0.5 megabyte of data. So, anyway, when playing on an emulated copy, you may not change the speed of the game or the text to make text faster or days go by faster. Obviously, that would just be cheating. And time starts as soon as you begin the game. So character creation and naming count towards your time.
So you just gotta go generic.
So these are my category
My
ideas.
name is M.
My name was A in the run. So kind of like Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you sending
Got a
death
secret?
notes to?
Can you keep
true,
it?
true.
Don't tell what I said. Okay. Anyway. So my category ideas, obviously, we have any percent. So fastest time to complete the school year, which is a fall semester, winter semester, spring semester. I don't know why it's, I guess, trimesters, because there's 3, whatever. 100% is fastest time to complete the school year with maxed out stats in friends, fashion, and lifestyle, which are your 3 stats that you're supposed to level up over the game. And then I was like, we should do a grounded percent. So fastest time to get grounded by your parents. And boy dance percent, which is fastest time to dance with a boy at a party or a school dance. When I wrote these rules, I thought that you could dance with a boy at a party. You cannot. You can only dance with them at school dances. So I did it. I completed the run, so...
But which one? Did you do the 100%, or...?
I sure did, so I set out in my run
let's go.
I set out in my run to do a 100% run, and also on the way, get the boy dance percent run. Just, like, mark it off and be like, dance with a boy, now I'm gonna keep going. So I installed Live Split, which is the timer that speedrunners use. Just a note, Live Split is so complicated and hard to use for no reason. It's just like a super, super minimal timer, and you're supposed to like sync it up with all of your keybinds on your keyboard because you're speedrunning, you want it to be like super quick. But because I was running this emulator and I was also running recording software and I was running the timer, I was having to like pause the emulator, click into the timer, and so my times are all off by like 2 seconds, but whatever. It's the only speedrun out there.
I was about to say, well, nobody else is doing it, so it's fine.
Okay, well, not yet. Not yet. We'll see.
Wait till this blows up, and then you'll be last. You'll be the slowest speedrun.
I want someone to beat my Dream Life speedrun, because that would mean that I successfully got a Dream Life speedrun out there for someone to want to beat, and that's all I care about.
Speedrun beating a first submitted speedrun.
Okay.
Can somebody beat Erin's speedrun faster than anyone else has ever beat?
We're getting kind of meta with it now. So I started my first run with like no prep. Sometimes with speedruns, people will go through and try and really optimize their run and path out what they're going to do. I did replay Dream Life like 2 months ago, so I had already been refreshed with the gameplay pretty recently. And I clicked in just so I could remember like which buttons did which, because I'm playing it on like a normal gaming controller, which is not what the Dream Life controller looked like. It was like a TV remote kind of thing.
Yeah.
So all my buttons were like mapped kind of weirdly. So I did jump in, remember what the buttons did, and then started my run. And I didn't really try and like optimize it. I just knew my goal was max stats by the end of the year and to have a crush by the first dance so that I could dance with him at the first dance and then never talk to him again. However, this was sadly my first run of 2, because after an hour of playing, I realized I didn't start recording.
Oh no.
Really matter if I was just going to talk about it on the podcast, because like whatever, you guys would just take my word for it. But I knew I wanted to submit it, and you have to have a recording if you want to submit it. So it's okay, we persist. It honestly worked out. So and also that's my character. Her name's A. She is generic outfit, generic hair. Exactly. And you can give your character stats.
She's like the least charismatic person that you've ever met.
She's not funny and she's not outgoing.
She is like really good at like school and sports, I guess. I'm sort of good at art.
So you have to allocate points to your character before you start the game, and it's like athletic, brainy, creative, funny, and outgoing. And you have a certain number of little points that you can give to each. And so I just maxed out the top 3 until I ran out of points so I could just go through it as fast as possible. I didn't realize at the time that these stats actually do affect the game. I didn't think that they did, but basically it's just as you level up certain things, like I think it's like funny and outgoing will make it so you start with your friend bar a little bit more full in the morning. And athletic and brainy would be lifestyle, and then I'm assuming creative is fashion. It doesn't really matter that much because you still just have to level everything up regardless.
Yeah.
The
But
way
it
I
honestly worked
agonized
out.
over that as a child.
I know, and turns out it like does not matter at all. So it's okay. We persist. It honestly worked out that I had to start a new run because I did learn some things that were a waste of time. Like I kind of realized some things that were like I could skip, or like interacting with people in this way does not give you points, so I'm never gonna click that kind of thing. And like what would get me the most points in which category. I also got a feel for how long the run would actually take because I genuinely had no idea going into it. And I did dance with a boy in my first run because it took me an hour, and the first time to dance with a boy was 23 minutes and 21 seconds. So I had time for that, which is good. And then also during my first run, I was like an hour in and I had to pee so bad and I was starving because I didn't think it was going to take that long. So it was honestly kind of a relief when I was like, oh, I can't keep going. So then I started recording for sure that time. I started run 2 with my default character A, and then you also have to design your best friend whose name is also A and looks identical to me because
Best friend.
Why?
Who looks
That's
exactly
so
like me.
scary.
she has the exact same hair,
Not a
exact same
secret, and you
face.
Just like a really ugly outfit.
She's got like this matching set on that's like
Well,
a
you know
Everyone
what
turtleneck
they
is-
sweater.
say. You know what they say. Two can keep a secret unless
If
one of them is dead.
The school
If
is like,
one
there's
of
these
them
two
is
girls.
dead.
They're supposedly not related, but they do have the same name and the literal exact same face and hair and
Zero
hairstyle.
differences
They
except
are
for
best
outfit.
best
That's the best
friends.
beat.
They're literally best friends. You start with your maxed out friendship with your best friend, so it's like you
Oh,
don't even have to
gosh.
talk to her. I also just wanted to say, remember when we used to always name the best friend after each other? That was
I
cute.
get super pissed if you didn't
Aw.
name the best friend after each
Yeah.
other.
Well, honestly, I remembered this because when I was playing it like 2 months ago, I was like, oh crap, I gotta choose a best friend, but I have 2 sisters, so I just made my character Sam, and then I made the best friend Josie or something like that. It was
And
very
you didn't
silly.
tell us, just
I was
Erin's just
embarrassed.
Erin's secretly loving us behind our backs.
Ew!
I would literally never do something like that.
I would
like
never
when
freaking
you-
do that.
When you make like a Sims family that's just you and all your best friends, and then you just hang out with them sometimes. No, just me. Okay.
Incredible.
Just to like make them play and have fun.
Just to like have a good time. Okay, so it's boy dance percent time. It's really more of a subcategory because
There's a picture of this boy and he's scaring me.
you don't
He's
like
9 years
Joshua?
old.
You don't like Joshua?
He has a freaky bowl cut.
He
Yeah,
has
he
like
is
a Bieber
scary.
haircut, untucked lime green button up with his hands in his pockets of like black
Like,
slacks.
dress pants.
Oh, this was the days, man. You remember in the 2000s, Sam, when you would just go to school? I was going to 6th grade business casual. Like, why were we dressing like
Why did
that?
we have like collared shirts under a vest? Like why was that
really?
happening? Like
Why is
plaid
he
collared
wearing-
shirt under a plaid vest.
So
That's-
funny.
that's
I was wearing
fire.
like pencil skirts to 5th grade, dude. Why
I
was
will say that
doing
you were doing that more than I was doing that.
I
because
was more fashion oriented, sometimes to my detriment, where I would get a little experimental.
Yeah.
So, you know, no pain, no gain.
incredible.
So I stopped on my way to a 100% run to dance with Joshua. And so here is what I did, and this is what you do to dance with a boy in this game. So a few things have to happen. So you have to talk to and become friends with a boy. You just have to like introduce yourself is the first step. In my case, Joshua was the first boy I saw, so he became my boyfriend.
That's my dream life. When
Yeah,
the
on the
first
first-
man you see.
He was the first person that I saw after school on day 1 of my dream life, and I said, Joshua, hello. You have been chosen. So
You are
you
one
have
of
to
my
get-
elite employees.
You are one of my elite level employees. So the friendship in this game is represented by smiley faces. So when you meet a new friend, you start with 1 smiley face. The more you talk to them and hang out with them, it goes up to 5 smiley faces. And then if you really level up your friendship, those smiley faces convert into stars. And that's like your BFF status. So you have to get 3 friendship with a boy, I think, and then you have to talk to your best friend. So you do have to make a best friend. It's optional. You could just never go to your best friend's house and not make her if you're doing like a low percent run. But you have to talk to your best friend, and when you ask her the questions, so what's new? She'll go, hey, do you have a crush on Joshua? And you can say yes or no. And if you say yes, he is officially your crush, and he has
Let's
hearts
go.
instead of smiley faces.
Let's go.
Then you have to wait until his school dance, go to the school dance, which is after hours. It's at night. So you have to, it's at night on a Saturday. So you have to make sure you go, you don't miss it. And then there's a button that says mingle that will change out the character that's standing at the dance that you can talk to. So you have to hit mingle until your crush appears. Then when you talk to him, he
You're like,
asks you.
mingle, 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 and you're just like ignoring everyone.
There's just like a bunch of my female classmates. I'm like, move.
You're like
move.
literally
Where's
shoving them out of the
Joshua?
way.
Where's Joshua?
Joshua, please. So you talk to him,
you
He's
and
for
so
my
scared
speedrun
by the time
record.
you get to him.
you say,
Dance
he's
with
like,
me, sweetie.
yeah, basically you're like, hey, and he's like, are you enjoying the dance? And you're like, yep, it's great. And then he goes, would you like to dance with me? And then you can say, I almost just said, I love you, Joshua. It says, I'd love to, Joshua, or no thanks. So in my official run, I danced with Joshua at 22 minutes, 37 seconds, and 61 milliseconds. So I did shave off about a minute from my original time.
Let's go.
But a lot of that time was just me like waiting for the dance to happen. Probably by the end of the first week, if there had been a dance, I would have been able to dance with him because it's really easy to level up this stuff. But if you were just like trying to do this percent only, you could probably get through it way faster. And the dances are at the end of the semester. Now for the rest of the run. So I needed to focus on a few things. 1, maxing out my fashion stat, which is done through buying clothes and accessories, getting makeovers at the salon, and changing clothes in your closet.
But you can only do that if you have money, which you have to have a job for, right?
Correct. We will get into that. So then
I feel like this is going to take forever.
Well, so the game, to beat the game, like if you're going slow, only took me, an adult, about 2 hours. So it's really not that long of a game if you're going really slow and you don't care. So when you're trying really hard, it's not too bad. So I also needed to max out the friendship stat, which is done by talking to your friends in person at places like school or the mall or on the phone, which is a whole thing in this game where you have a corded phone in your kitchen at home. And if you get good grades, your parents will let you first buy a corded landline to keep in your bedroom. And then you can upgrade to a cordless landline to keep in your bedroom. Yeah, it's getting crazy.
Oh my gosh.
If you get a computer or a laptop, you can then IM your friends or instant message for some of you listening. And I also needed to max out the lifestyle stat, which is done by participating in after school activities, getting good grades, and buying stuff for your room, including things like the phone and the computer. And the game ends after day 30 of spring, which is like the 3rd trimester. So you start in fall, end in spring. And my goal was to just max out the stats as fast as possible so I could just spend the rest of the game just like going to school and going back to sleep. So lifestyle is the easiest one to max out in my opinion and experience. So for lifestyle, you can go to the rec center and sign up for activities. So the activities are a bunch of sort of typical American teenager activities like band, choir, volleyball, soccer, swim team, ice skating, gymnastics, stuff like that. Sports and also extracurriculars in general. So I would go to the rec center on day 1 and sign up for every single activity. So each day you get a random activity that you signed up for in your bedroom, and you can practice it 3 times a day, and then you're cut off. And after a while, I'm not sure how long, you can beat each activity. So if you did ice skating, 20 times or whatever it is, it'll be like you don't need to practice ice skating anymore.
They're like, you're actually the best person in the world at ice skating
yeah, like
now.
basically it'll be like, you maxed it out, go get a different hobby.
Okay, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah,
Good
and
at
so
it.
Like real
if
life.
you do that,
Yeah.
exactly like real life.
That's like how we had to stop making podcast episodes after episode 100.
Yeah.
Wait, what's this?
Because we made too many.
Yeah.
And we're just saving these ones for ourselves.
We maxed out. No,
Yeah.
this is
Am
not
I
real.
dreaming?
This is your dream life.
Oh my god. Bro. Where's Joshua?
That was fire.
So after, yes, you can beat the activity, but then once you do that, you will have to go back to the rec center and like unsign up for it to remove it from your rotation so that it's not there when you need to max out your lifestyle stat. But if you sign up for everything, you won't spend enough time on any one thing to max it out by the end of the game. So
Jack of
just
all
sign
trades,
up for everything.
baby.
Exactly. And yeah, you just get kind of mediocre at a bunch of things. And the game does not care if you don't master anything. You just have to like get lifestyle points. And so you can get them however you want. And it's super easy. Go ahead.
Your stuff doesn't go down if you like stop working on it. Like once you max it out, it's just maxed out forever.
Correct. And I wasn't 100% sure about that. So my end of my run was a little slow because there were a few times that I would be like, I could just wake up and go back to bed. But I do want to double check and make sure none of my stats went down, because I'd be pissed if like the last 3 minutes of my run, I didn't notice it was going down. So yes, it's super easy to just practice your hobby of the day 3 times after school on a school day until the lifestyle's maxed out. So I completed the lifestyle stat pretty early. And you also get a lifestyle stat or a lifestyle boost on days that you have a test or homework due. So you have to check in your planner to see when you have homework due or a test. And you get a lifestyle boost if you do a good job, which you have to do by choosing to study and do homework in advance. And you can basically just wait until the day before and study like 4 times and you'll ace it. But getting good grades, not in real life. Don't do that in real life. This is not advice. This is dream life. So getting good grades.
Dream life is basically exactly accurate to real life. So.
Yeah, this all happened to me.
Yeah,
I remember when I had my first dance with Joshua.
Yeah, I remember. I remember when I signed up for every activity at the rec center.
I remember when I would spend hundreds of dollars at the mall every day to max out my fashion stat. But getting good grades also gets you money to buy things like a phone, a TV, a console, and buying anything for your room gives you lifestyle points. So that also includes things like books or pillows that you don't have to get permission from your parents for. But buying the electronics that you need permission for give you a big boost. So I put a screenshot here that says...
This screenshot is insane.
Like, parent perk, your parents are thrilled. They gave you $900 to buy a computer.
$100.
It's like a laptop.
It's like a big
PC.
Boxy computer, right?
It's like it was like a laptop, but I'm like, you can buy a gaming laptop for like $900 now. This game came out in 2005.
Yeah,
that is something that we'll get into in a second. Is that $900?
Okay, but I will say that, like, sometimes when you're talking to, like, people that are older and you're like, housing prices are so much crazier than they were in the 90s, people be like, yeah, but computers are way cheaper. It's like, that doesn't make up, like, nobody's buying 600 computers. What do you mean?
I can't live inside of a computer.
Yeah, so...
Computers will not protect me from the rain.
From the elements.
There's no air conditioning in a computer. Well, there is kind of. Whatever.
Not for me.
We will get into it when I talk about fashion, because the money in this game is so weird and like the scale of it is insane for no reason. So the next one is friends. That's pretty easy to max out. There will be other kids from your school, boys and girls. Boys you can have a crush on. Girls you cannot, obviously. Ew.
Not in 2005.
Just kidding. We're totally kidding. Allies. So You can find kids in public places like school, the mall, the salon, etc. And once you speak to them once, they become your friend, and then you can call them on the phone from home or do the IMs later. And friendship
When you
is measured
speak
by...
to someone one time and they somehow start calling you on their landline and you're like,
They
who is this?
never call you. You are calling them. You are harassing these kids.
You're like, hey, I saw you in the hallway. You said hi, kind of like offhandedly to me.
And also, even if you have a negative interaction with someone, you still get their phone number. So like, you can have a terrible conversation with someone where they just give you like minuses over and over, and then it's like you get home and immediately are like, hey, remember me, best friend?
I'm gonna get you. No, that's kind of like, this is kind of going in theme with the Pretty Little Liars. Like, you're A.
So true. Where there's mysterious calls from A.
Yes.
Oh my
dude.
gosh.
And you're A.
And I'm A. So, and I'm
Unless
calling
it's
from
the
my
other
parents'
A,
landline.
who was identical to you.
Unless it's the other Jerry A.
I'm
me
actually
either.
calling A. The character that I called the most was A. So it's just double A batteries. So
Incredible.
just when you start having conversations
Friend
with
group
people, you just
name.
have like random small talk, and it'll be like, there's one that is so, they're so repetitive. There's one that goes, my gerbil had babies.
What?
They'll go, really? How many? And you can say, I don't know, or I think 3.
I think
I
3.
think.
You think?
So you say the 3 thing, they'll be like, so now you have 4 gerbils. End of conversation.
True.
Like, yep, that's how counting works.
Crazy
And
how that
also,
works.
the extremely, extremely funny thing about this game is that I don't know if your character just doesn't know anything about herself or if she's a pathological liar, because you will have a conversation with someone and you'll go, my big brother just got his driver's license. And they'll go, that's so cool. Maybe he'll drive you around. And then you'll talk to another person 5 minutes later and they'll go, do you have any siblings? And your character will
You're
go,
like, no.
just one sister.
No.
And you're like, so who's the
Dude.
brother with the driver's license?
You're literally just lying to people
It's
for
dude,
fun.
it's
No,
just,
I have a theory.
Okay.
I have a game theory.
okay.
You're switching between the A's.
Oh,
And you
we don't
you don't know
remember.
which one that you're playing as.
we can't keep our story straight.
Yes.
Scary. But it happens a lot where you can just like straight up contradict yourself like constantly. You can have the same conversation with someone twice in a row and lie to their face both or one of the times, and they do. And also, which you talk about your siblings all the time where you'll be like, my sister got a cell phone, my brother got his driver's license, or like, or there's one that's like, I'm getting a new bedroom because my sister's going to college. Where are they?
Yeah, what? Where?
They don't live
They're
in your
not there.
house. 'Cause
It's
I'm
your
in
dream life. You
house.
don't have to interact with your siblings, okay?
Or your parents ever, besides when they give you
You guys
$900.
are both so quiet. You did not think that was funny.
I was drinking water.
I liked it. I'm sorry.
No,
You
you don't
guys
have
are
to
both
interact
like,
with your
don't joke
siblings.
about not talking to me.
I'm sensitive. No, if you stop talking to
that
me,
was
I'll
weird.
just...
Anyways.
If you guys stop talking to me, I'll just make your characters in Dream Life and talk to them and lie about how many sisters I have.
Okay, cool.
So, you just have that random small talk, which is very annoying and stupid. And then once you have 3 smiley faces with someone, you unlock the dialogue option of, let's do something. And then they'll say, yeah, like what? And then you can just choose whatever is the first option. Is the best way to get friendship points, since these interactions are always positive. Even if it's like not the most positive, it's clearly some kind of random number generator that's like determines whether or not you had fun on your outing. But like even the worst case scenario, you still get points. Versus sometimes with a small talk, you can have negative interactions where they'll give you a negative, like a minus instead of a plus. But that only happens with new friends as far as I can tell. So after you have at least 2 smiley faces, I never got a negative reaction from anyone. So I basically just made like 5 friends and then just rotated talking to them until I maxed them all out. And parties/dances are also a good way to just grind out your friendship chats. So you just go to the party or the dance and then you just mingle, talk, mingle, talk, mingle, talk. It's awesome. And one of my cool events was me and Taylor hung out, and it says, you baked a cake. You, Taylor, and the kitchen are covered in flour. What fun!
So true.
So now we have fashion. They should really call this the money stat because that's all it is. So there are a few ways to get money. The first way to get money is you can get an after-school job where you sign up on the bulletin board at school and you just choose whichever one is the most money because you don't ever have to go to it or do it. There's no way to do your job. It's just passive income. So I was like making like $55 a day tutoring, but I never tutored anybody a single time. So get a job right away for this speed run. And then also you can do chores every day that give you money. So you get to sweep, wash the dishes, put away the dishes, set the table, feed the dog, and water the plants. And your parents give you insane amounts of money. Sweeping the floor of the kitchen only one time will earn you $40.
Oh my god.
$40.
Your parents like don't actually live there. They just like send money in an envelope to
this
you.
Is like you're like a neglected child in an anime that your parents are like living overseas and sending you money. And it's so bizarre because it's sweeping the floor is the most expensive one, $40. And then setting the table is like $20. Just putting plates on the table is $20.
Yeah,
washing dishes is like $30. Putting away the dishes is like $25. Watering the plant is $15, I think. And then feeding the dog is $5.
Nice.
So F the dog, I guess.
Yeah, whatever, that's fine.
But so yeah, I was fully neglecting my dog because you never see the dog either. You can't see it. It's just a bowl that's empty sometimes. So
your sister and or brother is doing it.
My phantom dog.
That's who's eating the dog food. So I would just skip feeding the dog because it wasn't worth it because $5 doesn't get you anything in this game. Also getting good grades your parents will give you money to buy electronics, but you can spend it on whatever you want. The fastest way to max out the fashion stat in one day is to go into a store at the mall and buy 4 pieces of clothing. That will max out your fashion stat. Or 7-ish accessories. It's not always like super cut and dry, but there is always at least one store having a sale. So I would just go to the mall, pick the store that was having a sale, buy 4 things, and close out. Because that's like fashion for the day. Because there is a limit daily on your stats. But your closet gets full so fast. You can only have like 20 items in your closet at a time, and then you can't buy anything else because it'll say your closet is full. And so you can't buy more clothes and keep upgrading your fashion stat unless you sell things. You can sell things in your closet, but they sell for like no money, which is super annoying. It's basically like when you take your clothes to like Buffalo Exchange in real life. And they'll be like, yes, this shirt that you paid $70 for, we'll give you 2 or nothing. So that is basically what it is. You can also change your look at the salon. So you go into the salon and changing your hairstyle, hair color, and your makeup is always $100, and you can do it unlimited times a day. I would just click everything once, so I would just rotate like hairstyle, hair color, makeup one time over, which led to some pretty cursed combinations, as you can see here. We have a white girl with like bright orangey red cornrows, and you can see her scalp through it, and she's got like pastel springy makeup on, and then like a winter Mother of the Bride dress.
Everyone at your high school is like, this girl is somehow so rich and so weird.
They're like, she is constantly buying things at the mall, and we've never seen her wear any of it.
Yeah.
And then changing clothes in your closet gives you like a tiny bit of fashion XP, but it doesn't really do much. So these are the results of my speedrun. I maxed out my stats on spring day 9. So that left me with 21 days to wake up, go to school, and go back to sleep. And I was still checking on my tests and stuff to make sure I didn't lose points for the lifestyle stat. And I didn't know if you could get in trouble for skipping school too much. So I kept going to school just because I didn't want to get a game over. And I maxed out my final stat, fashion, at 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 44 seconds. Okay. And I did figure out that your stats definitely can't go down. So I could have probably just not gone to school and shaved some time off at the end there. But my final time was 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 19 seconds to get 100% on Dream Life.
Let's
Incredible.
freaking go.
So,
That
yes,
is,
like
that this game seems so much longer than I thought it would be.
I know, it really is. So, this was also not like an optimized run at all. I think I could be a lot faster if I tried it again. But then I also really thought you could get grounded in this game. So I wanted to try for a grounded percent. Because at the beginning of the game, it's like you have to be careful and make sure you get to school on time and don't skip school and get good grades or else your parents will be really upset with you. And so I think we just never tried it as children because we were rule followers. We were like, yeah, obviously you go to school. Like you'll go to jail if you don't go to school. So I started a run where I just skipped school every single day, just waiting for my parents to get mad at me, and nothing happened.
They don't live at your house.
They don't
exist. Care if you live or die, bro.
I killed them, and they are under the house.
Got a secret.
Stop. Oh my god.
But I skipped school every single day for an entire semester. And again, I'm in like 8th grade in this game and nothing happened. So on the last day of every semester, you get your report card. And it's always like that's the days where if you get good grades, they'll be like, we gave you $900. So I was like, well, I literally have been truant and absent like this whole semester. So I went to school only on fall day 30 to see what would happen. I thought maybe I would get grounded at the very least. You get a message that says, school's out. Your parents are going to go ballistic when they see this report card. And then it continues. The game continues. You just keep playing. Nothing happens. There are no consequences. So it took me 4 minutes and 21 seconds to get a bad report card, I guess. That's just basically if you're trying to go for like an any percent or a low percent run, now you know you never have to go to school. So
I want you to know that $900 in 2005 is worth $1,500 today.
So if anybody wants to give me $900 of today money, I'll pay you back in 2005.
I got you.
You get it? You get what I'm saying? So
No,
unfortunately,
so you would get
this is
$600.
no.
Wait, what?
I would get like $300 because I'm paying them back in 2005 money. You understand? I did
following.
So this is unfortunately anticlimactic because I did submit my run to speedrun.com, but I submitted it over 4th of July weekend and the request is still pending. So hopefully by next episode I'll let you know if it got accepted or not.
I hope so.
But my official run is on the Fake Gamer Girls YouTube channel. It's an hour.
Are you talking in it?
No, it's no content.
It's just silent.
I just thought that would be funny if I just uploaded that so that with no context, it just says it's titled like World's First Dream Life Speedrun. So check it out if you care
How
about
many
that.
views does it have?
It has like 8 right now because I didn't announce it anywhere. I didn't send the link to anyone. I just kind of shadow dropped my
amazing
life speedrun. So
nice.
No, that's hardcore.
Technically, I hold the YouTube speedrun Dream Life world record because I'm the only person. So
yeah. So
that's
incredible.
It. That's
awesome.
The end of my...
That is so funny. I'm so proud of you.
Was this a speedrun episode or a Dream Life episode? Unclear.
I have learned so much about speedrunning. You don't understand. I kind of get it now. I've always been a speedrun watcher. I've always enjoyed like, oh, that would be interesting to see like what a speedrun of this game looks like, especially if it's from a creator that I already like. You know, where it's like, oh, this person who I think is funny is also doing a speedrun. Like, I might as well check it out. But I do kind of get it. Like, it's kind of satisfying to be like, boom, 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 boom. Oh, I nailed that. That was so fast. I'll be like, I did the dishes so fast. I'll be like, good. Oh, snap. This was such good luck because Joshua was the first person I saw at the dance, so I didn't have to press the mingle button. Let's go! Hey. Like we're shaving off milliseconds here, and it's exhilarating. So.
Amazing! I'm proud of you, man. I'm happy for you and your new hobby.
You. I'm not doing this again.
You're doing it again.
But if
Yeah.
anybody in our audience has ever done a speedrun, you'll have to let us know. If this has inspired you to do a speedrun, please do a speedrun of a really dumb game.
Do a Ratchler speedrun.
Do a Ratchler speedrun.
I love you, Colonel Sanders speedrun.
Oh, that's. I was like, is that a?
Yeah.
Is there a rat in Ratchler named Colonel
I
Sanders?
thought that for a second too.
No.
No. Yeah. So if you do a speedrun, let me know. But besides that, we have a submission. Who did we say
Yes,
was
we
gonna read?
do.
Josie's reading it.
Was that your Colonel Sanders impression?
Not on purpose.
It was more like Obama.
Thanks.
Was it?
It
Thanks,
was
man.
a little Obama.
Anyways, our submission is from Jess. What's up, Jess? Pronouns are
Jess.
she, her. She is playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure. And she says, I am 40 hours deep into Hello Kitty Island Adventure, and I love it. The cute graphics and low-stakes quests really tickle the part of my brain that loves cozy games. I've never been super into Sanrio before this game, but the timing worked out really well because I just got back from a trip to Japan, and Sanrio is incredibly popular there, so it's nice to have a favorite character to look out for. Pom Pom Purin for life. You should be looking out for big challenges.
Yeah,
First
where's
of
big
all,
challenges?
where's big challenges? Second of all,
Awesome.
you chose an incredibly good time to become a Pom Pom Purin fan because you guys will never ever guess the news.
What, the Pom Pom Purin, did he beat Cinema Roll or something?
Yup.
Yeah, so every year the Sanrio company does the Sanrio character ranking where people vote for their favorite character. Mine's Carol B, my little beautiful boy. He is best.
Mine is big challenges, but my other favorite is Pochaco.
Pochaco got third place.
I know.
Second, Cinema Roll.
Yes, so for the past
unfortunately,
I think it's the past 6 years.
That evil white devil.
Cinnamoroll, who is a cute little baby. Cinnamoroll has won the Sanrio character ranking by a lot for the past 6 years. But this year, Pom Pom Purin stepped in and took the throne and is now the king of Sanrio. And the top 3 were all dogs. So, guess we all like dogs.
I think Usahana is so cute.
Usahana is one of my favorites, and she's so unpopular that even at Sanrio Land in Japan, I found one single piece of Usahana merch, and I got it.
Yeah, buddy.
I have a lot of thoughts about Sanrio. We can't get into it. What are you guys playing?
Yeah.
I just started playing Peak, which is a multiplayer. It's a friend slop game, as one might call it. You can play with your friends
Where you
for
slap
group
your
of 4.
friends?
Friend slop. I
think you said friend slap.
It's it's just like one of those fun multiplayer games that your friend group is gonna have a week-long phase with and then never touch again.
I saw I saw a really good tweet that was like, oh yeah, we're all playing all these friend slop games lately, and somebody quoted him was like, these are just party games.
I think calling it friend slop is so funny though.
It's just a party game.
Just a party game, yeah.
Anyway.
But it's just, you all have to climb a mountain together and take care of your resources. It's really funny.
Nice.
I love it.
I've been playing multiple playthroughs with different variations of friends of Baldur's Gate, and
Dude,
also
you're gonna burn out on it and not have fun anymore.
And also I've been playing Core Keeper, and that's it.
Nice.
Awesome.
I've been playing Expedition 33. I'm very close to the end. I'm literally just doing all the side quests I didn't do before I beat the final boss. I've been playing Dream Life a little bit every once in a while.
So I've heard.
I've been playing Date Everything, and I have to say my opinion of Date Everything has soured a little bit because of how easy and unclear it is to get hate endings with characters that I've been extremely nice to, and then they'll be like, I hate you now, and I'll be like, I don't know what I did wrong, and then there's 10 Reddit threads that are like, what did I do to make Hoove the Vacuum hate me? I just asked him if he was okay when he was upset, and then he was like, never talk to me again. So I'm a little annoyed about that, but
yeah,
mostly I'm hurt because there's one that is the voice actor of the character Kyoya from Ouran High School Host Club English dub, and he hates me for some reason. So it really hurt my feelings.
No.
But that's it.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, but thanks for joining us on this speedrun journey, and I'll let you know if it gets accepted. And our website is fitgamergirls.com. If you'd like to join our Discord, there's a link to do that in the episode description. If you would like to support us on Patreon, there's a link to do that in the episode description. And if you want to tell us what you're playing, like the submission we just read from Jess, who said, I'm playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure, is in our episode description as well. That was a joke and you guys didn't get it. Have you heard that?
No, I mean, I heard it, but I was just like, yeah, that is what she said.
No, he says, I don't play World of Warcraft. I'm playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
I don't know what that is.
You never heard that?
Sorry.
Oh, it's from South Park from like 15 years ago, before Hello Kitty Island Adventure ever came out. And they were like, I thought you played World of Warcraft. And he was like, no, I don't. And then they're like, you're always on your computer. And he goes, yeah, but I'm playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure. And then
that's really funny.
For some reason, like 15 years later, Sanrio was like, we have this great new game called Hello Kitty Island Adventure. No relation. Completely coincidental, allegedly. So
awesome.
Anyway, that's it for our show.
Stay cool, gamers.
Stay cool, gamers. Bye.
Bye.